Hello and welcome to the Redeemer Podcast. A little bit of different of an episode today. We've taken some clips from previous episodes and we've put them together, and this is just great Redeemer advice from Redeemer students. So we hope you enjoy this episode. If you're new here, feel free to like and subscribe. Check out some of our other episodes that explore various aspects of Redeemer, Christian education, and so much more. Thank you for making us part of your day. And with that, here we go.
I would say, first of all, if you don't know a lot about it, definitely do some research into the program. That is how I figured out a lot of what it was. I talked to students, I talked to my admissions counselor, I looked on the website. There's a lot of information out there where if you're wondering about how it's going to fit into your future plans, totally, it's out there. I would be happy, a lot of students would be happy to talk to you guys about this. It's really wonderful. Also, I would say, coming from how I heard about Redeemer, visiting is an amazing opportunity to get to know the school. You get to talk to professors. That's a great way as well to check out the program. And then as far as advice goes, I've loved the program. I couldn't be happier with the way that I got to do my classes and I got to have my undergraduate experience. The community is amazing. If you're looking for something like that where it's a smaller community, but everyone is so supportive and you still get that amazing hands-on experience with some really dedicated professors, go for it. It is an absolutely phenomenal program. I have enjoyed it so much, and the community is just amazing. But yeah, I would say I know it's probably a difficult decision to decide on a school, and it didn't come easily to me either. I did some research again, I visited. So do all the background info you need to, talk to students, come for a visit. And then, I would pray for you, and I hope that you would pray about it too and see where God's leading you because, there's some really great opportunities here.
Having Jesus-informed practice is the way that a lot of us want to be as social workers.
Like I said, being the feet and hands of Jesus and going out and doing those things, and your actions are going to echo what you are about and what you want to do, and doing that in a Christ-led way has really been, such an amazing experience.
But I would say, just first of all, if you are thinking about applying, if you're passionate about literature or you're passionate about writing, just do apply. It's amazing. I would say I love literature far more having studied at Redeemer than I probably would have if I had studied it at a secular university, especially, as a Christian. I do love literature, I think, far more because of Redeemer than I would have anywhere else. And I think if you're passionate, then definitely do apply because it's been so amazing. It's been very transformational. But I would say in terms of specific advice, coming in, just have really an open posture of just wanting to take it in and just having almost an open heart to whatever courses you do, and just to be ready to be challenged in a sense, but to grow in that and to ask good questions and to just, to have a really open perspective and just to be ready to have awe and wonder at what you are reading and writing and excitement for that. And I think that's the biggest thing coming in. If you can have that, then that would be amazing. And we need more people like that coming to Redeemer. So,
it feels very basic, but I would say get your hands on a dense book of theology that maybe feels a little scary, and just try it. Just go through a couple lines at a time, look up what the words mean, and really sort of start to get to the nitty gritty, because the sooner you sort of are able to understand and speak the language of these people, the more you can sort of understand how they're seeking to rightly display God. And maybe that's not the same for everybody, but the first time I got my hands on one of those really thick books and started to go through it very slowly because I was terrible at reading it, it sort of just changed how I looked at it, because you had this one simple Bible that you read it the way you think, and then you have somebody else a commentary or a doctrine book, and then you can go through it and see, oh, this is talking about this part from the Bible. What are the words that they're using? That's the way they think about it. That's really cool. So where does my opinion lie? What does the Bible say? What do they say? And that's sort of the heart of what you're doing as a theologian. is sort of trying to get that meaning there. What was the context? And if you just start with the Bible and another big book, and just by word, maybe it can just be one line. You just want to try one line. You sort of get to be a theologian for a second. And we're all called to be theologians and to study the Bible as Christians. So the sooner you can sort of speak their language, the cooler it is, I think.
No, everyone is super, like, that's the other part of, even if it's not an event, honestly, there's like opportunity for everything. I know this probably sounds like weird, but one of my biggest things this was like my challenge the first month of being at Redeemer this year, was to, like, during like the walks that I go like to and back from like from classes or like back to my dorm, I told myself, I'm like, Katie, do not go on your phone and just like try and like interact with people. I don't know, coordinate. Like, you wouldn't have made those like connections like before. So sometimes like little things like that, being open to, like, even in the lunch line, I'm like, oh, like, hey, how was your class? Or do you want to do this later? Or like the open gym times, interactions like at the Tim Hortons line or like Refresh, you get like talking, you know? So be open to anything.
But then in terms of advice, is that you don't need to know who you want to read or who you want to become or who you want to be shaped by as you're coming into Redeemer. Because as an English literature student, your profs, they've shaped this program to show you the English world as much as possible. So you just need to start at level 0 and they will introduce you to the rest. So you don't need to be worried about what you have read or haven't already. Because the profs will introduce you to everything that they see as valuable and will very clearly explain to you why it is valuable in your transformation as a Christian studying English. So yeah, my advice is just like, don't be scared. I guess your profs know what you're doing.